I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't replace.
It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life.
I'm jealous of you?
Yes, you are jealous of me. It's clear. Everybody says it.
No way!
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stars. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. Child, Heavenly and Carlos may be getting themselves in a bit of hot water because they want to prove a point to people when they know there's certain things that they should and shouldn't be doing. But I don't know. Maybe we don't know what it is that they should and shouldn't be doing. But let's get into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload. You guys know Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly have this relationship and this friendship. They've been going live every Monday discussing Married to Medicine, not Love and Marriage Huntsville, because Heavenly doesn't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, granted, Love and Marriage Huntsville isn't on right now, but there are plenty of topics that Carlos can discuss about his own show with Heavenly, but of course, she doesn't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. Carlos, however, watched Married to Medicine like a fiend, and I guess that's to be expected. He's a producer, right? But he's been having this back and forthing with Sweet Tea, the new girl in town, over on Married to Medicine, and he probably kind of got himself in a bit of a pickle. Not only that, but a lot of people believe that Bravo instructed Heavenly to stop doing lives with Carlos. But it looks like Heavenly have found a way around this, and she joined him on live last night and went Patreon and dropped tea as far as the Married to Medicine cast all getting their contract and coming back for next season. But before we get into that, the reason why all of this is suspected because Carlos had made some very controversial statements on a live that he did with Heavenly, and Sweet Tea responded. And I absolutely agree with Sweet Tea in this case because when you think about it, how is it that a man, a gay man at that, and that's no shade because you can be whatever you want, but you like the same thing we like. How is it that you're going to have a comment or an opinion on her ovaries or how it is that she can or can't conceive a child, which ultimately is very heartbreaking that a man would even use that to try to joke with her or slide the next person. In my opinion, even the nastiest of women don't need to get down like that. But when they do, that's on them. But when a man does it, it's completely different because who the fuck are you? You're not a life creator of any form. So how dare you speak on the life creators and their complications with giving life? And y'all already know, I don't like men. I think men should worship the grounds we walk on. Why? None of they ugly asses would be here without the woman. And they often can't understand that. There's literally nothing you would be able to do without a woman. That's the fact. None of these shows he create would thrive without a woman. None of these shows he create would have a cast without a woman. That's the fucking fact. That's especially why I be on top of you muling ass hoes ass when y'all start trying to worship the grounds these goddamn men walk on. Like, what's up with you, bitch? I thought you gave life, ho. Now, it took me a long time to find this clip because Carlos King did delete the clip, what he said about Sweet Tea and her not having eggs. But Sweet Tea took to Twitter and she said, "How are you, a producer of the OWN network, but speaking on a woman's medical condition? You reduced yourself to a fool and a blogger. It's time to humble the fake-ass Andy wannabe, or the fake-ass want-to-be Andy," which in my opinion was a good comeback. But let me just give you guys some of the differences between Andy and Carlos, because at the end of the day, they are two gay men, but culturally they are different. Why? Because Carlos is a black man and Andy is a white man. And culturally, Black men have this culture that I always speak on often over here on my panel or my channel, which I believe is toxic. I call it toxic male black culture. Other people call it that as well. And for the most part, I'm talking about in masses, right? I'm not talking about the individual black men that do, but if we're talking about in bulk, and if we talk about it from a statistical standpoint, black men don't value family. In masses, right? That's what I said. Don't be fucking dense in the fucking comment section. If you got a man that values family, bitch, good for you. I'm talking about in mass majority. I'm talking about when you sit in a room with 100 men, what's the percentage of them that are truthfully going to value family? Then not. And if you want to be dense, do that on your own. But we can look at the music. A lot of them degrade women and children. A lot of them create all of these broken homes. If black male culture was based upon respecting their community, women and children, then we wouldn't have as big of a broken home percentage as we do across the board. And not even just broken homes, but even when it comes down to how many deaths we have in our community based on one another. The DV rate. And when you pay attention to it, who's at the top of all of this? The black men. But hey, I'm not blaming nobody. I'm just saying, if we start calling these motherfuckers out and holding them accountable, we can get somewhere. But if we try to keep sweeping shit under the rug and trying to make it seem like this is not what it is, then I don't know what to tell you. All I'm saying is it's levels to that culture and it needs to be dissected, broken down, and dismantled. But what's interesting to me is when Carlos King responded to Sweet Tea, he was gaslighting her, literally pure manipulation and entitlement. The gall of this ugly ass man to think that he has the right to shade and I guess make jokes about another woman. And then when she feels disrespected by it, you then gaslight her and say that she is not the type of person that you can have fun with, or she is not for reality TV, or she is mean. The nerve of you to call Sweet Tea mean and then in the same breath tell her she needs to have eggs on her vision board. But nonetheless, Heavenly took to her Twitter and she says, I hate to announce I will no longer review Married to Medicine on YouTube. She then says, they told on me and my man said I had to get off. However, she left her Patreon link and said that y'all can catch her on Patreon. So I don't know what the discrepancy is amongst YouTube and Patreon, but she's basically saying she can no longer be on YouTube anymore and doing Married to Medicine reviews, and y'all gonna have to catch her on Patreon. Now, a lot of people was like, okay, so Andy made your ass stop because you was doing too much over there. And maybe he's trying to disconnect his cast from Carlos King. Who knows? But a lot of people were speculating why this was and why isn't she going to be on YouTube running her mouth, that is. But like I said, it's almost as if once everybody got wind of this and people were talking about it, what Carlos does isn't standing on integrity and morals, principles, etc. He goes out of his way, in my opinion alone, to try to prove people wrong. The same thing the Scots does, which makes me believe he taught the Scots to, instead of be accountable and acknowledge controversies, try to walk around it or try to hide it or sweep it under the rug, which is probably why he doesn't favor Mel that much, because Mel kind of faces her controversies and stand in them and addresses them versus the others. They kind of just gaslight, manipulate, etc. This is a common pattern. So like I said, this is a man that started speaking on Sweet Tea. Like, you had Sweet Tea name in your mouth. It wasn't the other way around. Rightfully so, right? Because she's a reality star. So people have the right to speak about her however the fuck they feel. I totally agree with that. But stop trying to fucking act like this girl mean for fucking responding to you. That's the type of manipulation that I don't like that shit. And it dates back to black men feeling entitled. Why the fuck do you feel entitled to say and do any and everything that you want to say and do to another woman woman and she's supposed to just accept you. She don't gotta fucking like your ass. And if she want to go on her platform and speak about the shit that you've been saying on your platform, she can do that. The same way you be telling your cast to come and attack us and feel some type of way because we be speaking on them. But that's all I really have to say about this. Heavenly did, like I said, went live with Carlos once again last night, and she told everybody to go over there on her Patreon. And then on her Patreon, she revealed that everybody got their contracts coming back. So y'all get in the comments and let me know, do y'all feel like Heavenly might get in trouble for doing that? She might be in some deep dookie. Do y'all feel like this is something that they do to try to prove the viewers and the fans wrong? Because Heavenly don't necessarily need the money from YouTube. I think their show is okay, it may be fun and entertaining, but is it that deep, or are you profiting more than your Bravo check to risk literally being live with Carlos King? I don't know. But y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
Instead of having quad on her vision board, she should have had, some eggs and
If you go, I understand it's a show. Well, on the show, I will respond to the bullshit. I would appreciate if everyone will keep my husband out of it.
Sweet Tea is somebody who, yes, when the show first came on, we're having fun. I called her Thirst Tea, okay? After I said Thirst Tea, I said, just so y'all know, that's not a read. Thirsty means a compliment in my world. It means you want to be on the show. And I said, Heavenly, stop me if I'm wrong. I've said constantly, Sweet Tea is good for the show. Sweet Tea is great. She's a great reality star. So I find it quite funny that all the great things I say about this woman gets ignored. But the small little fun shade I say gets the conversation started. And I'm gonna say this: when I saw the video, I was concerned. And I said, you know what? Everybody handles things differently. And it's never my intention to push anybody over the edge. So when it comes to Sweet Tea, I will talk about what happens on the show. But that video that I saw, I'm being very honest. I was like, okay.
I know what you're going to say.
No. I'm just going to say, I said, you know what? There's certain people that can't handle fun shade. And there's certain people who aren't built to be on reality TV. So as somebody who's been doing this for 15 years, when I saw that video, I said, okay, I'm out. I'm out. I literally, somebody called me, a friend in the industry, and he said, yeah, I don't think you should mention her name anymore.
Right.
And I won't go into detail about our conversation, but I thought it was interesting that like you said, people can watch one video and come away with two different thoughts. I thought it was interesting that this person who's also in the business of unscripted, he said, no, you need to chill out. So I'm going to chill out.
I agree. But all we were doing was talking about the show. And my whole thing is, I'm going to say this and I'm going to take it back.
People love to read me and there's people who love to praise me. So my thing is, I don't engage with people who are negative. I don't clap back at people. I don't block people. I understand that you need to vent your frustrations out on me, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, I choose to engage with the raindrops only, because the raindrops are smart. They are able to say, Los, we may not agree with that, but we understand your intention. But there's other people like Sweet Tea who likes to talk about people in her closet on Instagram Live, calling me irrelevant.
Closet? No, we're not going to be messy. I'm not going to be messy today. Stop. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Can't help myself. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know, what I find so funny is here I am making sure Meriton Medicine is a talk of the town, and you and I collectively have done our jobs. So instead of Dr. Simone and now Sweet Tea trying to read me, y'all should be thanking me that finally somebody is talking about your show outside of the people at the beauty salon. Your show is finally getting the respect it deserves, because I decided to help out my dentist and my friend, Dr. Heavenly, to do these lives. I reached out to her because I wanted the show to get its just due. So the fact that you got your castmates trying to read me, you should be thanking me. You should be giving me some flowers. Go to 1-800-flowers.com. I accept red roses, sometimes white lulips. And just, what are y'all doing?
Now, I will say this, Carlos.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. 'Cause the love you give, you can't
Not in the
replace.
purpose. It's not in the
That's right,